Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's recipe is pumpkin spice macarons. Ingredients you'll need are egg whites, caster sugar, almond flour, pure icing sugar and orange food colour. In the bowl of my stand mixer I have placed the egg whites and caster sugar. I'm putting this onto the stand mixer and turning the mixer onto a medium speed until the sugar has dissolved into the egg whites. While the egg whites are on the mixer, we're going to combine our icing sugar and almond flour together and push that through a fine sieve, using the back of a spoon to make sure to push through the icing sugar and almond flour. Once those ingredients have been pushed through the sieve and are well incorporated, I'm then going to focus on my meringue. Once the sugar has dissolved, we're then going to turn the mixer on to a medium-high speed to start adding air into the meringue. Want the meringue to form stiff peaks. This can take up to 10 minutes to dissolve the sugar and create those stiff peaks. I'm now adding in yellow and red food gel to colour the meringue orange. Now the meringue is ready, we are going to fold the almond flour and icing sugar mixture in by hand. The process is called macaronage. To start, I like to pour all my almond flour and icing mixture into the meringue and fold that through quite roughly. Once all the dry mixture is incorporated with the meringue, we are now going to continue to fold the batter until it reaches the right consistency, ready for piping. To scrape my spatula around the bowl and then push the spatula through the middle of the mixture, mixing and knocking air out of the meringue slowly. Also, pressing and spreading the mixture up the sides of the bowl can help with this process. You need to continue to fold and knock air out until it is a shiny batter that you can make a figure 8 with the mixture, or it has a nice ribbon flow when it comes off the spatula. When filming this recipe, I wanted to attempt piping the mixture into pumpkin shapes, but needed the batter to hold the shape, so I didn't mix the batter as long as I normally would in this footage. Now going to transfer the mix into a piping bag with a large round tip. Today I'm using baking paper and a paper template underneath. I have linked a template in the description box below so you can print it out as a guide if you like. To pipe macarons, you need to hold your piping bag directly above the top of the template, leaving roughly 1 cm gap between the tray and your piping tip. Holding the tip in the center of the template circle, applying even pressure and squeezing until the batter domes out, ensuring you have enough even pressure to fill the entire circle. You then stop squeezing and flick off, ensuring you aren't leaving peaks on the top of your macaron. You then repeat the process until your tray is completely full. Now I am going to remove the template underneath. Now the tray is full, I'm going to tap the tray on the bench a few times to help bring any air bubbles to the surface. Now using a cocktail stick, you're going to pop those bubbles and ensure that the holes are filled in by wriggling the cocktail stick around. Remember, you need to work quickly here as the macaron will start to form a skin being exposed to the air. Once you are happy with the shells, we are going to let these air dry for a minimum of 30 minutes to create that skin. So when they're ready, when you can touch the top of the macaron lightly and no batter sticks to your finger. I did attempt piping pumpkin shaped macarons, which I've included in the footage. Printed out a pumpkin template and then piped the general shape and stalk using the orange mixture. I left these to dry the same as a regular macaron. macarons are drying, you'll preheat your oven to 140 degrees, no fan force if possible. These will then bake for 12 to 14 minutes. You can check if they are ready by trying to pull a macaron gently off a tray while in the oven to see if it comes away from the baking paper. Now for the Swiss meringue buttercream. You'll need egg whites, butter, caster sugar, vanilla essence, white chocolate and pumpkin spice mix. Quantities are on the screen and in the description box below. I made my own pumpkin spice blend for this, I'll include that in the description box below too. In the bowl for my stand mixer, I poured in the egg whites and caster sugar. I am now going to heat these egg whites gently over a double boiler. I have a saucepan full of water that has come to the boil. I've placed my bowl on top of the saucepan to allow the steam from the boiling water to help cook the egg whites and dissolve the sugar. While over the water, I'm going to constantly whisk the egg whites. The egg whites will become very foamy. This is a good time to check to see if the mixture is ready. Check by rubbing some of the egg white mixture between your fingers to ensure you don't feel any sugar and the mixture is warm. Also check the temperature with a thermometer. Once the sugar has dissolved and the egg whites are between 50 to 60 degrees, you can remove the bowl and place it on a stand mixer. I'm going to whisk this mixture on high. I've softened my butter in the microwave to make the emulsification of the butter and meringue easier so it doesn't look like it's split due to the different temperatures from cold butter and warm meringue. You'll want to whip the meringue until stiff peaks have formed and the mixture has cooled down. Touch the bowl to check the temperature of the meringue while whipping. Once you are happy, you can then add in the butter. Make sure to stop the mixer and scrape down the bowl. Once the buttercream comes together, I added vanilla, but I don't seem to have filmed that. I then transferred the buttercream into another bowl and added melted white chocolate and mixed that in by hand with a spatula to knock out some of the air and ensure a nice smooth buttercream. Final step, adding in the pumpkin spice and mixing that through. Once the macarons were out of the oven and completely cool, I paired them together. Once happy with my pairs, it's now time to fill them. Today I used a Ziploc bag. I piped the buttercream into the centre of the macaron. Once filled, I sandwiched the macarons together, pressing down slightly to make sure that the buttercream reached the edges of the macaron shells. Give them a little more decoration, I melted some white chocolate and transferred it into a paper piping bag and drizzled the chocolate on the right side of the macarons. For the pumpkin shaped macs, I filled them with the buttercream and then I used an edible black marker to draw an outline of a pumpkin on the shell. I think they turned out pretty cute, but they were quite a bit bigger than my normal sized macarons. That was it for these macs. I absolutely adored the pumpkin spice buttercream and I can't wait to come up with a cupcake using the same buttercream recipe. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with the latest videos. See you next time.